Hey guys, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching, doing a quick 10-minute video here on our latest algo in the TnP suite of indicators. And this is simply showing you where buyers are really trying really hard to change the momentum. It's a POC over POC trade. And let me jump in. If anyone's watching this video and would like to ask for a 5-day pass to the room, you can reach me at tradeandperform@gmail.com. Just say, hey, Simon, I want a 5-day pass, and I will set that up for you. Okay, so really quickly, what is the indicator? Let me show you first, and then I'll teach you how to use it. Okay, and this is from an earlier session. We will erase these things and be on our way. 1 second here. I know where this comes from. Right here. There we go. So let me show you where we're looking at it. It's effective both in ES and in NQ. So what you will see is a green dot, and a blue dot. And what that is telling you is that the point of control of this bar has moved below the point of control of this bar. That's all it's telling you, right? But there's so much information there. So when you're stacking, when you are stacking points of control lower or higher, it takes a lot of energy to reverse that momentum. Picture a rock rolling downhill. Momentum kind of begets momentum. And so it becomes very hard to get it above the prior bar's point of control. And it indicates two things. So when you're in the upper channel, right, this is the TnP radar. So we generally look for shorts up here if we're in a short mode. And we generally look for longs down here. That's just rule of thumb, right? It gives us an instant channel and a heads-up display of what we're looking for, both for targeting, for exits, and also potential location for short entries or exiting our long positions as well. So so what we are looking for is exactly this. If you get a series of bars down and then you get a POC below a POC for a short, you get this roll to the downside. The long looks just like this. And in just a minute, I'm going to go through the strongest combinations, right? So in the downside, you get this, where you get a series of down bars, and you'll see that it's not foolproof, right? Just because you get the bar up does not mean it will necessarily go in the direction you want, but it is a strong indicator, right? If you have all the other pieces, meaning location, stretch, area, so on and so forth. But the other thing that we're really looking for on top of that is the indication that they actually have a ability at the extremes. So that's step one, right? Getting the turn at the bottom of the channel or getting the turn at the top of the channel, right? The other thing that we're looking for is as the market is coming down and we get to the lower channels, particularly near or below the fourth channel. The fourth channel is always measured from below, right? So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, coming from the top up. 1, 2, 3, 4, coming from the coming from bottom up or top down. The first lane is always number 1. The bottom lane is always number 4. And we're always looking for these turns also at location at or beyond turn 4, right? So what we're really looking for in addition to this is the indication that we can get a bar down. So this all occurred at 7:30 during econ. You get what you get during econ. But a strong indication of where you would look for potential exhaustion is when you get, like if you see on this up move on the 8 range, right, you will see once we close below this point of control, see that little green bar pushed up, we close underneath, it'll usually backside test, and that's what opens up the roll to the downside. So you will see during the US session, we really didn't get that trade. What you will notice that's very interesting is this is the one down bar at 7:30, and if you put a line on that, you will see we came right to the point of control of that bar and that's where we found responsive buyers at 10:30 as well. So it's always cool when that all that stuff lines up. That's not necessarily a trade for me, but I do watch for it, right? And as you look into the end of the day, right, you will see that just because you get a bar down does not mean that it will roll over. Again, we had a kind of a no short policy yesterday in place. You will see that this bar down will most likely act as support when we come through on a Sunday night. It's at least going to have to clear that 41.23 to 41.24 to essentially create a zone, right? And you can see they tried to reverse it and then they just jammed it right up. So what does it look like another day? So let me give you a couple more examples in this, and then I'll go do NQ, and then I'll go to the higher time frame. So again, when you're looking for exhaustion, right, the bar up in the top of the channel is important. You need a point of control to close behind it to get exhaustion, right? Again, at the highs, you're looking for a green, essentially a green bar. At the lows, right, purple bar with a green, followed by a green dot, POC over POC, purple bar. You get beautiful rips to the upside. Let me show you a couple of examples to that. Both, I'm going to focus on the long side because that's where all our focus has been for the whole week. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. I have to go back quite a bit of ways. Again, this is a great, let's see if I can find the example right here. So I'm going to pause here because we have good examples here in both cases, right? So here you can see this is a 3-bar combo. Again, guys in the room, I know that we focus on 2-bar combos, but you'll see this is indicative in the 4th channel, purple bar, any combination with a purple bar with a point of control up. Or if you can get it on a trap, like again, you'll see this didn't set up with a trap here. It's a setup with a trap off of this star bar. And I'm going to do a review on the combos to the upside. But again, this really was indicative that the turn was ready to come. And again, if you can get it with a purple bar or some type of bar within this area, that's also very, very helpful. Also, you will notice before it turned down here, as we're sitting down here at the lows, you get the blue POC indicator, right? POC under POC near the lows. Again, once they get above that in price, you really want price and POC, but when it's strong, it's just price. And off it goes, right? And then the one thing you don't want is if you do get a setup where you get POC under POC, you do not want another POC above that bar. It's going to generate a short squeeze to the upside. Again, that really wasn't a problem there. It was clear that we were looking for the longs. And I'm pretty aggressive on these, by the way, because when the market gets in a rhythm, this is probably going to take me 2 shots to get this video clear, but when the market's in a rhythm, right, and I can see that it's just clear to the upside, I am pretty much taking all these POCs over POCs. If I get stopped, I'm pretty okay with it, right? They really generate strong trades. So let me show you how this sequence would have gone for me in here. And we actually captured this. This is one of my biggest trades of the week. I would not have taken this because it was prior to 9 o'clock. You get to be very aggressive to trade in there. But had this bar occurred anywhere over here to the right, I would have taken it. And I did take it right here, actually, is exactly where I took it. The only way this could have been stronger if it would have had a triangle down or a purple bar on this last bar would have been the only thing that would have made it stronger. I actually got pretty aggressive. I did full size, I believe, at 99, and I doubled up that entire position at, I want to say 94 with a 93 stop because it had to hold the bottom of this bar. And I caught that move to the upside in real time. That was really, really effective. If you'll notice over here on the upside, right, you get here's another combination. If you get a POC over POC and then it's followed by a star, really strong indication of a good move. Again, I prefer to see it on the long side instead of the short side. It's indicative when you get those POCs up in the top of the channel, exhaustion, right? Not always, and I'm going to show you examples of where you have to know which way the market is leaning. So again, I don't trade late Asia, so I'm really not looking at it there. Purple bar star, just to remind y'all, very strong combination, especially if it gets stopped out. Purple bar POC. Will take every single trade on this, even if it hands me a loss. What's the reason? Again, this is 831 on 729. So again, not ideal trading. This is right when news came out. This is actually impossible to catch. This was doable. And also the traps back into these stop outs are very strong and create big counter rotations. But again, purple bar POC. Again, let's move back a little bit further so y'all can see it prior to us going straight up. Let's go back to the 27th. And we'll look here on Monday. Like, what about when we get into these situations over here? What does this look like, and what will the turns look like? Okay, so again, one of the things that I look for, I'm going to show you both long and short, even though my focus is completely on the long side of the trade right now, right? So I'll go from overnight all the way through. I have a couple of requirements. I want to be up in these fourth channels, depending on which side we're coming from. For the long, again, you'll see this is a Asia. I don't trade Asia, but you can see this is the stop. Again, this is the trap back in. On that stop, it's very powerful when these get stopped out, trapped back in, shoot across the range, right? Again, as we're coming down, purple bar, point of control above, that was at 850, up to the other side of the range. POC below POC, that little blue dot right there at the bottom, indicative of sellers trapping themselves. They get over them. Again, you get price above, but POC above in particular, and it tends to shoot to the other side of the range, at least, right? Again, you'll see the trap there. So you'll see you had a purple bar POC. Anytime that purple bar is within 2 bars of that POC above POC, there's a green dot behind there. I'm working on improving that, but you'll see it trap back in. That is highly indicative that you have a very good trade on your hands. I will take that trade, and again, you can see where these guys were trapping themselves here at the low prior to the rotation to the upside, right? I'm going to go a little bit further back. This is Monday. Again, you can see right before we roll down at 4:30 in the morning, you get the POC above, you get price below. That becomes a 1-bar stop. Down it rolls. And then you can see down here when we're looking at the low, I'm looking for this trap. Again, you'll see purple bar, POC up. Powerful combination. Look at the stretch that you get. That was at 9:30 in the morning. That combination, a 3-bar combo or a 2-bar combo with purple bar and POC, or pink bar, POC, very, very strong, guys. Again, you'll see right over here before we roll to the downside, you get POC down, POC up, trapping the sellers. Once you get price below, that's POC up with a star behind. Stop goes right behind it. And then you can see they stop that out, close back in with a star, and that launches the roll to the downside. So let's also talk about where we get into difficulty here, right? Or what the stops look like and why I continue to push this trade, even if I take stops, right? So we all know when you get 7 to 10 bars in a straight line, you're in risk of it kind of grabbing that lower channel and keep going, but count your stops and count your wins, right? So the highest combination of this would be a purple bar. Let's do it step by step and find it in a hard area where we were tearing down. And again, not looking at context at all, right? So if you look in this series as we're going down, this is just POC over POC. Then this is purple bar over POC. I would have taken the stop on this bar. That would be a 5-point stop on ES for me. Coming down, notice that we get the blue bar. I'm going to have to figure out if I need to change that to a white bar to make it easier to see. I may just advise everyone to switch it to a white. We'll just kind of go through it. And then you'll see purple bar within 3 bars here. I would take that. Trade long right there. And you can see the rip. And again, you can see this combination where it goes POC up. They try to grab momentum back to the downside, stuff this guy. And look at the rotation back in the other direction. And again, this is right on Asia Open. So you can see once it recaptured this, it rolled back up. And then let's go back. Let's do one other thing here really quick. Let's go back and look like, just so we know it's not a recent phenomena, let's look 60 days back. Let it load for a second. Oops, I'm running out of time. So I'll have to do NQ and the higher time frames later. But again, you get the idea, and the setups on the higher time frames are the same. There's not a difference there. Well, this is taking longer than I wanted it to. So here, let's just go look back. Again, no context. Other than we knew the downside was a little bit easier in here. We'll go back to 6.2, right? And that looks like it was a Thursday, right? So first, let's look at coming in on the morning, right? I see no signals all the way through here, right? The only signal came right at midnight my time, which is Central Time. Purple bar, POC again. I am totally hunting this trade, and for the long side, it generates really nice trades. No short setup over here, right? Again, as we come in at 8:30, if you're uber fast, again, this is purple bar. Green dot indicates POC over POC lift, right? And then if that gets stopped out and recaptured, that's a big trade for me. I will take it all day long. Again, you can see the beautiful lift that runs from like 79 to 93. I'll take it all day long. Um, Again, purple bar within 2 bars of the POC up. You can see the trap, and you can also see the signature right before they turn it. They try to regain momentum coming out of that consolidation to the downside right there. And once they get price above that POC, it tends to run the other way. And again, you'll see right over here, purple bar into the fourth channel, POC above for yet another lift. That's a great series right there. The team would make a lot of money in that series. No setup for the short roll to the downside. When we look at this roll to the downside, again, this is 6.2 of this year. You'll see we roll down. This is 9:30. You'll see not a 10, but about a 6. Purple bar star gets stopped out. But this is the real setup here. Purple bar, I'm going to have to change or figure out how to make that bigger. But if you look closely, there's a green dot behind there, guys. Purple bar POC. Again, I'm hunting that like a banshee. Look at the rip that you get to the upside, just bar over bar. Again, you'll see me very hesitant to take my scales, either reduce scale, the size of the scale, or not take a scale because these trades generate big trades. Again, I need this. You'll see this POC up, but it's not up in the up near the fourth channel, not indicative of exhaustion. And this was a two-sided market here in this particular case. So as we're looking for our trades, you can see again as we get up, we're outside of the channel. There's your POC over POC, purple bar. You can see once you get price below the POC, in this case at backside tests, gives you a little roll. This is not a long, guys. It just isn't. You need it down the bottom channel, and that continues, right? No indication for short. I'd have been watching this and see if it would have exhausted it. Didn't do it. Continued it. This is indicative for me for a short. Again, I want almost immediately to get below there. And you can see again why we've switched off of. It's been quite a while. The longs have really started to work and continue to work really, really nicely. I would have wanted to get to the bottom of the channel to get my longs. The other thing you'll look for is pink bar with POC for the shorts is highly effective both in this and in the trap. But again, this paid, but you had to work really hard to get that to go. Not my cup of tea. Again, purple bar, POC, I would have taken that going into that Friday, although that's right at the close, or right at midnight, I'm not awake to take that trade. And you will see this combination here. This is at 6 in the morning. I am all over this. I'd have been long on this bar, most likely stopped at 6:07, but on the trap back end of that combo, I am long and definitely got paid. Right? No other trap there occurred. This is a star into star trap. That's just normal, everyday, good to go trap at 7:30. You will see here where, again, we're in a two-sided market. Pink bar, POC below, sets you up. These two guys trap themselves. You can see once we got underneath them, they let go. This is a stop. Purple bar, POC above. Again, I'm not. This is all econ. Obviously, this is probably almost impossible to change to trade. It's fine and it's static, but in real time, it's just flying all over the place. I wouldn't worry about it. And then you can see as we continue to push down, we're looking for that setup. And this is a case where the setup came off the bottom. So I'm pretty aggressive on these. I probably took this, right? That's outside of the fourth channel, but it's not purple bar POC. It just isn't, right? This is purple bar POC almost to the fourth channel, close enough. I probably would have taken that. This is a trap back in on a POC bar. Again, the longs have been working pretty well for a trade to the upside. Again, pink bar. This touched the fourth rail, POC below. If you're willing to and looking for the short, it's a great setup. Again, I probably took this, but it was not the A++ setup. Purple bar star, I probably got stopped on this, and then I took it again right here. Just again, the stopped out trade is actually better than the original. Most people don't have enough patience to wait for it. And then again, you'll see sometimes we just get through periods where it doesn't set up, right? POC over POC. There's the green dot, pushes to the top of the channel. POC over POC. Again, some of these trades are just monstrous on this setup. And so that is what you are hunting for. I'd have looked for a trap on this. It didn't set when they're pushing to the bottom. Purple bar star, I would have definitely been long on that. I'd have been long right there, purple bar star. This would have had me looking for longs right here. And again, it went purple bar triangle up. Actually, I just would have been long right here off this trap. Purple bar star got stopped out, trap back in. So I'm long right here, probably back to the top of the channel. And that's the end of the day too, so maybe not. I usually don't trade the last hour. As a matter of fact, probably for August, I won't trade past 12 o'clock. I think all the best opportunities are gone. You can see Sunday coming into 6-6 Monday. What does this look like when you're trending up here? Well, when we look, purple bar POC below gave you a little wiggle to the downside. Pink bar POC below, push to the downside. This is a good trap right there with a star on it to the downside. And then as we're looking for the trade, I really want, again, as you're looking for these setups, right, where you can see right there how that guy trapped him up on top way up there. It shows these guys are pushing, and it took 2 tries, but you can see once you get underneath these guys, the opportunity for long pushes down in a two-sided market are really great. I'd have been long right here, no question about it. No grind. Probably long right here as well. And again, so just wrapping up here, this went way longer than I thought it would. Again, I'm looking for this down here in the bottom channels, right? Particularly on the long side. I'd lose money right there at 11 o'clock. I don't trade New York lunch, but I would lose money there, and happily so, right? Why? Because these trades create huge pushes. This is indicative when I get this push down, these guys are exhausting themselves, right? So I'm looking for reasons. This is another combo, doesn't show up very often, but pink bar, POC over POC on pink bar, lifts. I'd have been long here, and this is a trap back in on that stop. Again, it creates really large lifts. Again, as most of the guys in the room know, I don't trade this 11 o'clock period for exactly this period. I'd have taken that long for that trade. And then let's see if it's set up anywhere over here towards the close. Right there, POC over POC. It wasn't perfect, but again, I would have taken that long. It's outside of that fourth rail. And then let's just do one more day really quick because I just love watching these set up. Let's go into Monday. Here's Monday morning. Tuesday morning, excuse me. Let's see what we have. Nothing that I would look for. Just didn't set up here. That's just a normal everyday trap. I wouldn't have caught that. I probably took this. right here. Again, that's first time down to the bottom of that channel, POC over POC, and then they try to shove it to the downside. Someone is trying to catch that momentum to the downside, and they got stuffed. You can see it generates huge rotations up. Again, within the 3-bar combo, I'm long here. I almost certainly would have gotten my scale off here, right? Again, I probably am pretty aggressive. I probably took this and got stopped. I definitely took this, and I definitely took this. But again, when I see this with the purple bars and the POC, I am not scaling. And so the next video will be on NQ. That gives everyone a clear indication. Again, when you get them at the top of the channel, you get the POC over POC, and they come down against it with another algo. Generates beautiful trades to the downside. You've got to make sure we're just not in a raging up market, or you will get hammered on that trade. And then again, if you're looking for the shorts, that pink bar followed by POC down is really powerful as long as it's up near the fourth channel. And again, same for the longs when you can get them. Let's see if it's set up anywhere here. Excuse me. Anyways, that's really the end of the video. I think when you're within context in your area for looking for long and you see that, there are some stops to go with it. There's no hiding that, but it generates really monstrous combos. If you can get this right here, by the way, POC below POC, shove down, purple bar, then POC up, grab it, right? It doesn't show up very often, but when you see it, you gotta grab it. And again, you'll see where the turns come from. Quite often is up on the top. Again, shorts are harder than longs in my opinion, but when you see this up here, so this would be in a 3-bar combo, which is good. When it's in a 2-bar combo, even better, right? Even better for the roll to the downside. And those are bars. When I'm going to take shorts, that's what I want to take my shots on. And the rest of the job is just to align it with, again, if you get this PSC below, again, they already gave you a 3-bar combo, stopped it out, trapped it back in, and then look at this. Look at the moonshot to the other side. It's a huge trade. Your entry is 42 and it shoots to 59. That's I don't know what that is. 42, 12, 17 points, like in minutes. It's really a great trade, right? Like how can you not like that trade? And then here, this is interesting. Just when it's getting kiboshed again, I wouldn't take it during New York lunch, but after New York lunch, purple bar star is definitely a long for me. There you go. See that right there? POC down. I would have taken both of these. POC down, purple bar, POC over POC on this bar. Same thing. I would have gotten stopped here. POC down at the low, purple bar, POC up, I'm long. And any money or any stops I would have taken on more than cover. It was just right to get the size on in there. And again, these are fat 10, 15 point stretches on ES. So have a great day, guys. If you liked a trial to the room, right? Real trading, no BS. Tradingperform@gmail.com. Ask for a 5-day pass. See you guys. Bye.